What's up? It's your boy Cam here, coming at you with a Cam's Corner. Welcome to the corner. Apple Juice for Two world enthusiasts, lovers, fans, you would say, I guess. Yeah, what's up? This is Cam's Corner. We've done this once before, and we're trying it again, seeing how it goes. I'm just going to be giving some updates and information about what's going on in the Apple Juice for Two universe. So come with me along on this ride together through the Cam's Corner.
Cam's Corner, Cam's Corner, it's an Apple Juice for Two traditional.
Don't say you damn motherfucking ass, stay your homeboy weed.
All right, so now we have that important business out of the way. Got to do a few homeboy weeds every time we do an Apple Juice for Two. That is for sure. Well, we have 20 plus episodes down in the can. That's right. We've been doing, well, so it's 20 main Apple Juice for Two episodes, not including the kind of like special episodes / late nights that we tried to do earlier on in the show. But, you know, reflecting on the past 20 shows, past 20 plus weeks of doing Apple Juice for Two, honestly, we haven't lost any steam. I mean, each time we do it, we get more comfortable in doing it. And each time we get more comfortable doing it, and, you know, we have these moments where it kind of comes together in ways that we don't expect. Me, Brevin, and Isaiah, all of us. And it happens in ways we don't expect, like, you know, in terms of just how the show feels or how it runs. Sometimes we just do it and get in the groove, and it feels more and more natural each time we do it. I don't know how else to say it, I guess. And so that really gets us excited and really happy about what we're doing. So we hope that you guys are enjoying it too. And thank you for coming along with us on this ride. Excuse my burp, my belches. Yeah, during the show, those sound drops, those aren't sound drops. Those are me actually burping. I'm joking. I do have burping sound drops because it's just part of life. It's part of what I do. So, yeah, we haven't lost any steam, guys. Each episode gets better and better. We get more and more comfortable in it. At this point, we are planning or just, you know, thinking, reflecting on the past 20 episodes and then looking ahead to the next 20, the next 40, 50, however many episodes. We don't really have any plans on stopping. We're just doing it as it goes. So, but we are planning in the future, trying to get more people involved. We're, I guess, in terms of guests, fans, or just enthusiasts of things in general, we're thinking of ways on how we can implement that. Whether it's with call-ins on like something like Zoom or Google Meet. We haven't really exactly figured out the best system yet to do that, because we've even tried, you know, dumb shit like Omegle or like, you know, any of those like live video chatting things where we just like talk to random people, but that obviously doesn't work for a plethora of reasons. Phallic reasons are part of that, and also just we want high quality people to come on. So yeah, at this point, we are trying to expand the universe, get outside ourselves. I feel like we feel like we've built a world enough at this point. You know, Apple Juice for Two is its thing. You come swim in the juice, and so we kind of know what we are now. And at this point, we're trying to figure out what other things are. We want experts. We want enthusiasts of things, like, you know, people who are really good at, I don't know, making tea or freaking, you know, building birdhouses and shit like that. Anything. And also experts, you know, like college professors, professionals who have been doing something for, you know, a long time, anything. And so we are working on how to implement that and the best way to go about doing that. I mean, obviously one way, and the main way, is just to invite guests on that are relevant to each podcast's topic, each week's topic. But we also want to like be able to interact with a crowd of sorts. Whether it's like a virtual crowd, you know, like a Zoom room of a lot of people, or maybe like putting out a phone line that people can just call into type thing. we're working out those kinks, and we're planning on implementing that kind of thing very soon in the next 5 to 10 episodes. So that's kind of just like what we have going on for the next what you can be expecting in the future down the line from Apple Juice for Two in those episodes. And I don't think I missed anything on that. Oh yeah, and also getting outside the stew itself and going out into the world to do like more pieces, like a news or like human interest piece or novelty type thing, or even like a skit, skits, and like going off location for interviews. We want to go, like to someone's office or some shit like that, and then bring that back and have it for a week's podcast episode to talk about, hopefully something relevant and stuff, or just interesting. We just want to talk to interesting people. So yeah, that's what we have planning for that. In the long term. In the short term, coming up this week, we are talking to Rob Fowler, Chief Meteorologist Rob Fowler of WCBD's News Team 2 in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. As we know, Hurricane Ida has been wreaking havoc across parts of the southeast United States, or central South, I guess, Louisiana and Mississippi mostly. So we talked to Rob Fowler about that. There's a lot going on there with the levee system and how that's actually helped this time. Also, just the impact on the community down there, the way that storm is affecting them. And then also, we asked Rob about things like, this upcoming storm season for other places in the southeast or anywhere, across the East Coast. There's most of this side of America is affected by hurricanes at this time of year. So check in for some tips from Rob. He's going to tell you how to keep yourself safe, what to do in the event of a hurricane, and all that great, great stuff. And also, you'll learn a little bit more about what the hell a hurricane actually is and why it is kind of scary sometimes. Sometimes. Most of the times. If it's a hurricane, you should probably be worried about it. But let Rob Fowler tell you that on this week's episode of Apple Juice for Two. So that's coming up this week. And next week, we have an interview with Miss Mickey Anderson. Yeah, that's what I said. Miss Mickey Anderson. Yeah, she is a lifelong social worker, a career social worker. She's had a long, prolific career in social work in the state of California. She's been there for a while and, has worked with a lot of kids, a lot of families. Obviously, in the line of social work, you kind of see some rough stuff. You kind of see the worst of how a family could be, I guess, in this narrow sense of the job. That was the one thing that I guess was most profound to her or profoundly affected her. So she, after her career, she's retired now. I decided to write a book. So she is going to come on the show to talk about her new book. Tune in to hear more about that. It's going to be available everywhere in Barnes & Noble, Amazon, wherever you get books. It's a really interesting conversation that her and Isaiah have. It's just her and Isaiah. She joined us on a Zoom call. But they have a great conversation, honestly. They discuss things that they both have opinions on and both have observations on. She has a wide breadth of experiences to draw upon for writing this book, which is mainly about, in her opinion, the best ways to raise a child and or the things that generally contribute to a child having a rougher upbringing. And so you'll hear her say this in the interview herself, but it's not a scientific book by any means. It's not, like a research thing. It's more of a anecdotal, based off experiences, drawing off her experiences book, in her opinion. So still valuable and interesting, and her perspective is honestly very interesting. So what her and Isaiah talk about, they both have opinions and observations about mental health in the African American and Black community. They have some interesting observations about that, and hearing them talk about it is interesting because she has a lot of experience and she's a really smart woman. So definitely check that out next week. For it's a great talk. So also here, also in the Apple Juice for Two world, our man on the street segments. Okay. People have been asking me left and right. I can't even go out of the house without my neighbors being like, "Hey Cam, what's going on with Man on the Streets?" I even go to CVS. The pharmacist's like, "Hey Cam, here's your prescriptions." But I'm missing those Man on the Street episodes, man. When is Little Zay gonna get back downtown on King Street to start messing with some college chicks? College chicks and freaking drunk moms and shit. Nah, I'm joking. Yeah, we. Oh my god, this is bad. I'm doing this. I'm all alone. I got no one to censor me or stop me or throw me off track. I throw myself off track. So you're along for the Cam's Corner. You don't really know what you're signing up for when you sign up for Cam's Corner. So yeah, Man on the Streets. Everybody's asking me, left and right. But yeah, so we love doing those Man on the Streets. Obviously, the stuff that we get from them is so hilarious, to be honest, and also we really just enjoy being out there and filming, and just kind of getting into the world and interacting in that sense. When we first started doing it, we kind of started doing that while we started doing the podcast, and there are two things under Apple Juice for Two, obviously. And we thought that they were going to be very hand in hand, like closely related to each other. But it kind of turned out that they're sort of separate, formats, obviously within the same universe. And so we've planned ways and decided on a way that we are going to continue to do Man on the Streets, and then also implement that into our weekly show, and be also just in general as content to post around in forms of clips and stuff, and also some premium content that we're going to be announcing and stuff through our website that I will get to more in a sec. But so yeah, Man on the Street Season 2, we're calling it. It's going to be the second season of Man on the Street, or On the Street, featuring Apple Juice for Two. That we're deciding between both those titles, I guess, basically. But so yeah, we've decided on a concept that we're gonna go with, and the thing about it is that it takes a little bit of planning, a little bit of scripting, storyboarding, just a little bit, and also a little bit of traveling, perhaps. Just a little hint there, a little toss those little sugar and spices into your ears. A little bit of traveling we are planning for this next season of Man on the Street. So we've got big stuff planned for it, and it probably will be coming out sometime late spring or early summer this coming season. So we'll keep you abreast on that. We're really excited about the idea we have for it, honestly. Like I said, we really enjoyed what we're able to do with the Man on the Streets so far in the inception of Apple Juice for Two. But we really do think that we can take it to the next level, make it something that's more of a story, if you will, but still keeping the randomness off the cuff idea strong about it. So just buckle in your seatbelts, boys and girls, because oh my gosh, this late spring and early summer of 2022, it's going to be a Apple Juice for Two on the street experience. So for that, though, on that note, we are raising funds for it. We are accepting donations to make it happen and make it possible. I think either way, we're going to figure out how to do it and make it happen. But we are going to leave the option open for anybody to pitch in if they'd like to. Obviously, it doesn't take a lot to do this, but it definitely takes something, and it definitely helps to, have that outside assistance. But we work a lot. We do a lot of stuff each and every day to bring you Apple Juice for Two content each week, and we love doing it. We want to keep doing it. We love the Man on the Streets. We know you guys are going to love this idea, so if you can, we totally appreciate it, and definitely understand if you can't right now. It's all good, but if you can, our PayPal is at Sunroom Studios, just at SUNROOM Studios, STUDIOS. And that's at PayPal. We're accepting donations through PayPal right now. And we will be opening other avenues for donations soon in terms like of Visa, MasterCard shit and stuff. And so kind of a good segue into that, or that's a good segue into the next thing. The Apple Juice for Two website is up. Yay! And yeah, so Apple Juice for Two now has an official website on our parent production company's website, which is kind of its own separate thing, but also something that, you know, Isaiah, me, and Brevin closely work together on and work a lot on. So I guess we haven't talked about it too much on the podcast, but I'll say a little plug for it here. Sunroom Studios LLC is an audio-visual production company, an artist network that is owned by me, Brevin, and Isaiah. We do creative services for people, individuals, businesses, all around the world and also locally here in South Carolina. A lot of it's remote that we can do from anywhere. So some of the things we offer are, you know, things like music mastering, music mixing, audio, basically all forms of audio post-production. So we do podcast editing and stuff like that. We're also offering podcast coaching sessions if you are thinking about how to get that idea you have in your head for a podcast out. You know, the step-by-step guide to getting that done, how to make it happen, everything you need to go from nothing to having episodes on Spotify and a brand, basically that kind of thing. And also, you know, videography services, photography, things like that. We do it all. So definitely check out sunroomstudiosllc.com. That's sunroomstudiosllc.com. And you can see more about what we do there. And also check out the Apple Juice for Two page. Everything Apple Juice for Two will be up there. It'll be, you know, the hub for the Apple Juice for Two world. Right now, it's just kind of our bio or like our mission statement, and then our feed, and some, you know, promotion and stuff. There is a section to leave feedback or for business inquiries. So if you want to reach out to the Apple Juice for Two podcast, definitely go to sunroomstudiosllc.com/apple-juice-4-2. I think, yeah. And then reach out to us through there or any social media. We'd love to hear from you. I want to have you guys on as guests, all that good stuff. So yeah, I think that's about all I have for you guys right now. You know, this is just a quick little shorty Cam's Corner update, keeping you guys abreast on everything that's going on in the Apple Juice for Two universe and much more. Like I said, check out the Rob Fowler interview that's coming out this week to hear about what's going on with Hurricane Ida, and also to hear tips that you need to prepare for this upcoming hurricane season that'll save your fucking life, okay? Rob Fowler has been doing this for 35 years. He knows exactly what to do when those big winds come, okay? And it's kind of enlightening. You hear about the situation down in Louisiana. And then next week, stick around for that Mickey Anderson book interview. I mean, you guys are going to want to hear this conversation that her and Isaiah had because it's enlightening in a lot of ways, especially, you know, if there's someone who's not directly part of that community, and you know, hearing those perspectives is also always really important. So get the fuck outside your head and join the Apple Juice for Two crew, okay? God damn it! What the hell are you doing? Anyway, thanks guys for joining me on this Cam's Corner. I'll play you out.
Apple Juice for Two.
Don't say you damn motherfucking ass like a homeboy.
Apple Juice for Two. Apple.
I don't really like chicken like that.